Out this week, get an opportunity to play a really good opponent in South Florida. Know they got a really good staff. I know a couple of those guys on their staff. They do a fantastic job. I think they'll come in here and they got a high octane offense, and they've run it well. And number one offense in the country at Tennessee last year. It's fun to watch that. Very hard to defend. You look at them defensively. Todd Orlando, their defensive coordinator, does a great job. We have faced him before. He gives you lots of problems. So it should be a great ball game. Should be a great ball game. Should be a fourth quarter ball game. Two motivated football teams hungry to win. It's what college football is all about in the season opener. Really excited that we get to open at home. Should be a great crowd. Want to thank all the season ticket holders that bought season tickets again, and those numbers keep going up and up and up. So excited about the opportunity to having a great crowd out there. Should be great tailgating experience as well. So just the pageantry of college football in the opener and getting to be at home is going to be really, really cool. So most of all, just looking forward to getting Saturday here. Can't get here fast enough. With that said, questions?
Yeah, I asked Drew about this too, but with it being such a new coaching staff, a new group, got to be a little harder to prepare than it normally would be. So what do? You look at a lot of Tennessee film? How do you get ready for this?
Well, I think they do what they do offensively. So you take the information that you have and what they've done in the past, and offensively, I assume that. They'll continue to do what they do offensively. It was number one offense in the country. Don't change it. But every coach is different. He'll have his own wrinkle and things that he wants to do, and so I'm sure there'll be some new things that you see in the first game that we haven't seen. Defensively, we faced Coach Orlando, last year, and I'm familiar with him, and he always has a great game plan. He's always going to mix things up and change things. So you just go back on history and try to get all the information and try to prepare the best you can.
I mean, you look at the numbers, and it's just really outstanding. How do they do that? What do you take away from watching them? What do they do so well?
Well, offensively, I mean, they're a great tempo team. They got high octane players on the outside and quarterbacks that are athletic guys that can throw and run. So there's a lot to defend. They make you defend sideline to sideline, and you think we go fast, they go really, really fast. And so, they game plan you that hopefully you have a mental breakdown and you bust an assignment and you give up a big play. That's kind of how they're built offensively. But at the same time, they do a great job of maintaining long drives. You look at, they got 14, 13, 12 play drives where they're running the ball well, and they're putting it out on the perimeter well, and they're just keeping you off balance. So there's a lot to defend there, and then defensively, I think, Coach Orlando does a great job of with his pressures. I think, he does a good job of mixing up coverages, and, he'll walk up on you and play man coverage one snap and drop 8 the next. And so it's a lot to contend with offensively. But, offensively for us, we got to continue to do what we do, apply pressure, make the plays that are there to be made, and we'll be okay. Well, I like our football team, and I'm excited about, how hungry they are to compete and wanting to play. I like that we have playmakers on both sides of the ball, guys that have the ability to make plays at any point in time. We still, in some areas, are young. We're still developing positions in some areas. There'll be some ups and downs. That's just a part of football. But we got to be able to play as a whole team. We can't get off balance, and the defense is playing well and they're doing a good job getting stops and getting us the ball back. We got to score offensively, and vice versa. If we're doing good offensively, defense has got to get the stops and get the turnovers. So the biggest thing for me is playing together as a team, playing together, as a whole, playing to each other's strengths. But there'll be a lot of, those first games, there's things that that come up that, whether it's a new player, a young player, or they just do a good job as an opponent giving you a hard time, you got to work through all those issues. But I think I really like where we're at. I couldn't ask for a better team to go play with for this football season.
Just get back to Coach Orlando, too. Obviously, connection runs with your brother there. He was the defensive coordinator at USC for that COVID year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Short year.
Yeah.
Any insights from him about how to attack that defense?
No, again, I've had my own experience playing him and just watching him, and just tremendous respect there for him as a coach and what he does. And, what I do like about Coach Orlando is, the things that he knows what to give you problems with based upon what you do offensively. He knows, what your deficiencies are. He knows how to take advantage of those deficiencies. And so, he's kind of a chameleon. He can play a lot of different things and do a lot of different things. So, again, just tremendous respect for what he does and how his defense plays.
And with South Florida, it's not just a new coaching staff. They've had a lot of roster turnover in their own right. A lot of Power 5 transfers to that program. Again, does that just make it a little bit tougher to prepare and be ready?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, I think, they've probably have somewhere around 40 new guys close to scholarship-wise, but so do we, I mean, and so there's a lot of answers we have on our own team with new players, right? How are they going to respond? And so if they're scouting us, I would think they're doing the same thing, like who's going to play where and what position. But you have a good idea about who the guys are and who you're going to face in each position. But we'll have to get out there and get a couple series under our belt and try to figure things out.
Do you kind of mentally prepare yourself for this to be a really high-scoring game, or do you have any expectations like that one way or the other?
No, I just want to win. I expect this to be a fourth quarter game. I expect it to be a tough game. I expect two motivated football teams. I expect highs and lows on both sides of the ball. I say it all the time, get to the last 5 minutes and then try to go win it in the last 5 minutes. That's really what you're playing for. And, first games are always tough. They're always tough, I'm one of those persons, you hope for the best, but you also assume the worst, and when the worst happens, you better have some quick answers real fast. So that's what we gotta make sure of. Whatever the situations are, whatever problems arise in that first game, that we have some answers really fast for them.
Anything else?
All right, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.